Good morning. Welcome back to another episode of 10 a.m. Tea with Natalie. It is finally Friday. Hope that you had an awesome week and that all your goals and dreams came true. And if not, fuck it, it's the weekend, right? I'm checking in with you guys to continue and kind of wrap up our conversation about yin and yang today. And we're kind of going to be applying the concepts of yin and yang to medicine. And so we talked about how they're opposites. We talked about how they transform into each other. We talk about how yin is more cold and substance and yang is more heat and function. And so how does that apply to what your acupuncture is doing in the treatment room? Well, we've also got organs divided into yin and yang, and tissues divided into yin and yang, and body parts divided into yin and yang. So in that way, we can kind of use that theory of kind of making sure that they're all in balance when we're addressing a patient's condition. So the upper body would be considered yang because it's kind of upward and outward. The lower body would be considered more yin. The skin is more yang because it's on the outside. The organs are yin because they're on the inside. The limbs are more yang because they're further out. The trunk of the body is more yin since it's further in. Good morning, Scott. Thanks for checking in today. And the organs also contain both yin and yang. Okay, are you ready for this? So the heart, for instance, has heart yang and heart yin. The heart yin would be the organ itself. The yang would be the heartbeat and your fire for life. Acupuncture channels are also considered yin and yang. The kidney channel is considered yin. The bladder channel is considered yang. So we kind of compare and contrast things in that way. There's also physiological aspects. So the function of an organ is yang. The substance and the fluids are yin. And so we can kind of look at things in that way. They also are always transforming into each other. So you need nutrients and minerals and vitamins and things to fuel your activity and function, right? You can't, just like with a car, you can't get the engine running without any gas in the tank, okay? And then also you need to have nutrients. How do you absorb nutrients from food? Well, you need function in order to break the food down. Digestive function breaks the food down into the nutrients, and then you use the nutrients to fuel the system. So it's that transformation again, where you're having the nutrients of yin and the function yang. The nutrients feed the ability to function, and the function feeds the ability to support more nutrients. So it's very much this kind of feedback loop that you're dealing with. And so when patients get stuck, maybe I actually see this a lot of the time. Nutrient deficiency is a huge component of why their body isn't functioning right. So if you don't have the ingredients on board that you need, your tissues aren't going to be able to behave normally, right? That's kind of part of the picture. So when I'm working with the patient who has magnesium deficiency, vitamin D deficiency, these are reasons why the function of the system isn't working well. So we have to work on the nutrient piece so that we can get the function going. And it also goes the other way. If you're having too much function, you're kind of burning things up, you're excessively using your nutrients too. So it can kind of, everything can kind of get crazy in all different directions there. So they're mutually supportive, transforming into each other. Everything can be divided into yin and yang. And last, it relates to disease. So yang disease depletes yin. So if you're feeling really hot, you're very feverish, you're going to be depleting your fluids and substances. A yin disease, being cold and damp, depletes your yang. So you're all puffy and swollen. It's really hard to move around. It's really hard to kind of make your body do what it needs to do to get through the day. So we use a lot of yin and yang when we are diagnosing patients in regards to upper, lower, inside, outside, and then in all the kind of minutiae that yin and yang continues to get broken down from the outside to the inside, and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller all the way down. So I hope you found that to be interesting and helpful in your understanding of how your acupuncturist is looking at your body. Tune in next week. We're going to kind of get more into the concepts of the elements and chi and what the fuck is going on, with the needles. Yin and yang is more of kind of the theory that is applied to the other things that we kind of get into there. So we have to start with a good framework in order to understand, right? I hope you had an awesome week. Take care of yourself. Make sure you tune back in next week, Tuesday through Friday is 10 a.m. Pacific time here. Have a wonderful weekend. Do something fun. Get outside. Get some sunshine in your life, some fresh air. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.